Okay. The meeting recording is on. So hello everybody. Welcome to the KubeEdge community meeting. Today is June the 17th. This is Pacific friendly time this week. We have a few items on the agenda and we can first go through. And if any of you have anything would like to talk, please feel free to add it to the agenda. Let me share the agenda link in the chat. Okay. And also, please everyone on the meeting, leave your name here in the attendees section. All right. First, we can go through the release updates about 1.14. So I want to highlight that regarding our release cadence, 3 months is a release, so we will, by default, the 1.4 release is targeting on the August 15th. So counting back to probably 2 weeks. So the code phrase would be July 31st. Okay. Any questions about the date? All right. Let's go through the working items of the 1.4 releases. So, sorry. Okay. The EXEC. Let me check if Zhang Jie is online or not. The EXEC, I think that's still under development. No updates this week. The metric server in the cloud, actually, I see the pull request, a new pull request created this week. Who would like to share the updates? Xufei?
Yes, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we are still working on it.
Any details worth mentioning here, or it's just a normal?
I think I have no updates on my side.
Okay. So for the upgrading Golang, I think that's still pending, right? Because upstream have some issue and keep refreshing the target Golang data, target Golang version. So I guess we still need to wait a few more weeks here. The gateway support is still under development. No particular updates this week. The Cloud Core installation document. So this one actually we have 2 or 3 pull requests trying to refresh this, right? anything worth to mentioning here?
I have a question about the documentation.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes.
I cannot find the setup guide now in the GitHub repo. I cannot find it in the read the doc page of KubeEdge. Where can I find it? I'm wondering.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
under
you mean the binary
The-
installation with the installer or install from source code?
from source code actually, and also the previously I was able to see a configuration page and also a run page, but now I cannot find it.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, last week we accepted the pull request to restructure the top level document. Maybe some of the link was hidden by that change. But the detailed document should still be there.
Okay, yeah, let me look it up. All right, thanks.
Yeah. Please open an issue to check if you have any more details.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So upgrading to 118. This one I think we need to speed up it. Maybe this time we don't need to upgrade. Upgrade after code freeze. I think that was one from last release development period. So this time we can do it more earlier, right? Let me just delete this one. Okay, I will just remove it. The original certificate rotation. Any updates about this?
We are still coding now, and there are not too much updates.
Okay. So for the proposal, any refresh?
No.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Can I speak Chinese?
Yeah. Yes.
是这样的，那个凯文老师，就是我们觉得在边缘端，现在获取信息的那个入口太少了，所以我觉得应该增强 K 的命的能力，使它可以去那个去获取一句的 core DB 里面的数据，然后可以看它跟云端到底是有哪一些数据是不同步的。这是第13条我们要做的事情。
就你想做的是类似于一个检测，还是一个什么手动的检测吗？
类似于就是在检测之前，首先是得获取信息嘛。我们目前是先做一个获取信息，未来的话，是想着往那个 EG Control 那里去靠的。
那它获取信息跟你直接从 DB 里面用 SQL 语句查询会有什么不一样呢？
我现在 SQL 语句很麻烦。我的想法是直接通过 K 的命 get， 然后可以跟那个 KubeEdge 一样，直接 list 出来的那种。用 SQL 语句的话，非常的难以去观看，因为它的那个格式是没有排在一起的。
OK， 所以一种可能的形式就是加一个命令，但是呢，你可能会直接纯文本的方式来输出，对吧？
对的，这是这一步我们因为这些是比较好做的，到底是说边端是否是完全跟 EG Control 一样的，或者说类似的，这一步我们都还没想好。但是我觉得这就是第13条这个功能是 可以先实现的，而且是有益的。
Okay, so the discussion was that for the line the row 13, a new functionality proposed here is to add a command to the installer. So to actually output the formatted data from the AgeCore database, SQLite, make it easier for the developer and the administrator to debug when any situation occurred. For example, the data is not up to date with the cloud. Yeah, I think this one is useful. We can add it to our release plan. Okay. So the next device CRD, any updates? I don't see the owner is online. Okay, so I think currently the feature have already initial version of the proposal and the implementation. I think it's still waiting for more review comments. So please everyone join review and give your feedback under the pull request. Okay.
Yeah,
Next.
this one we have a couple more commit that will issue updated pull request to bump it up. Rio has done some changes.
Okay.
That will reissue the PR.
Sure. So for the Debian packages, I think currently it's kind of stalled. We have the pull request there, but it's it hasn't been updated for a couple of weeks. Though we still want this feature getting, but I think we need more help from the developers. So if anyone interested in working on this, please reply with the comments under the pull request or inside this document.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
Yeah, too. Yep.
The cross subnet communication.
Yeah, actually, I put one item we can follow up on this, right? To see what's the design, or I can take the ownership. To see.
Yeah, we can discuss after this. We went through this
list.
Yeah. Okay, release process. So this one, I think the pull request is still waiting to be reviewed and accepted. Any updates on that?
No, still with the review.
Okay. So the repo wide link, linked this one is done, right? Okay. So the list watch from the AgeCore currently is still under planning. The connection management. So we actually have a Shifi already have a initial implementation. It's currently under testing, and the pull request will be submitted in this week, I think.
I also have a PR about last month. Now that I have finished the test work, I think that PR can be reviewed now.
Okay, so you will refresh the old PR with the new code, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The GC for sync and the cluster sync, I think that one will not yet have the ownership. So I would assume that's still under planning. Okay. Okay, we have a volunteer now. So the kubeadmin purge key admin purge. Any updates on this?
Now this is finished as local. I'm not quite PR.
Okay. Okay. So I will just add some notes here. Okay. So that's all about the release development updates. So next one, we can first discuss the edge mesh design and development plan. Ying, would you like to lead this topic? Hello?
Oh, I can speak speak first.
Yeah,
Yes.
you go ahead. Yeah, I have some audio issues.
Yeah, I recently I'm working on fix edge match test issue and update some related documents. Now edge match is worked as a DNS server and do proxy for requests for service name as a local as a edge load, but now it's very odd for some for something such as the DNS server is such as the proxy is not use the CNI. It's only limit on doc. So we need a Docker class, Docker name, Docker 0 for this work. We want to use this for all with also all CNI we supported, not limit for Docker. Here is a known issue. We can see it in GitHub. I can share this link.
Okay. So I think I think one issue is that the edge mesh currently rely on the Docker 0, right? But actually, if we use the other runtime, it will be broken, right? Because the other runtime don't have the Docker 0.
Yes, I have shared the link in the Zoom. Anyone interesting can open it.
Okay. So I will just put the link here.
Also,
yeah, please go ahead.
Also, we want to report the edge mass since it's now this design is old and not worked for all CNI, and we do lots of special work, but not use exist is this a repo to do this? We can learn something from Kube proxy, core DNS, and those parts we can use this directly, not use our old codes.
Yeah. So I think actually it's worth to clarify the scope and the position about the edge mesh. So there are some offline discussion about this. So actually, we know that for edge mesh is targeting deal with the actually pod-to-pod and the pod-to-service communication cases. So basically, there are kind of 3 or 4 layers. The first is the service name, resolution, right? Basically DNS. And then we have the cluster IP. So actually it's named to DNS, right? To service name to cluster IP. Second one is the cluster IP to endpoint, right? Load balancing.
There is a case that this service do not have a cluster IP. It's directly to endpoint.
Oh, you mean the headless service, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically these are the 4 cases we need to take care. So for in the edge computing cases, the one thing we need to deal with is that the make DNS work offline, right?
Yeah.
So maybe node level DNS or kind of edge level DNS. So currently this one we already have some implementation in the edge mesh, and I think that's useful. Okay, so for the load balancing, we actually need to basically we need to support L4 and also L7, right? So one thing here, I think we need currently the edge mesh didn't use cluster IP, but introduced another IP range, kind of relevant equivalent to cluster IP. So maybe we need to go back to reuse cluster IP to make it more general for the integrating with the other tools or services.
But the class IP is in the cloud side, right? That means the pod need to go back to the cloud, then down to another site. and an edge?
No, actually, so the so currently, like the domain name to the service name to cluster IP, that's done by in the cloud, that's done by KubeDNS. So in the offline mode, in the disconnected mode, we want to make it able to do this resolution. So node level DNS and edge level DNS is very useful. And the cluster IP to endpoint or to pod IP, it's actually load balancing done by kube proxy or the load balancer. Or like if we use service mesh like eSteel, that's done by Envoy, I think. So
Yeah, sure. I think I may have a misunderstanding. I think the last time I changed, I use the external network provider. It totally skip the Kuber proxy, everything. We don't change the IP table, but yeah, we can figure it out.
yeah, that's possible. You can when you're creating the service, you can indicate the load balancer. So I think here so edge mesh today there's a built-in implementation to do this. So the current implementation actually they are resolving the service name to another IP range and then use that IP range to do the to do the load balancing. So what I'm trying to highlight here is that actually we can just make it resolve it to the cluster IP, and we implement the equivalent load balancing from cluster IP to a real endpoint. That should be okay.
Yep, I think we don't need to go to detail, but our goal is to clarify the scope and to recruit people to join the effort to make it happen. Yeah, I'm happy to take ownership of this, and we can have because we only have about 30 minutes left, other topics. So let's clarify the scope and to see who want to sign up and to the development.
Yeah, so for the headless service, currently I don't have much idea. If we use cluster IP, maybe we can also allocate one cluster IP for each headless service. Then it should be the implementation should be much easier. For the pod-to-pod network, I think the major consideration here is that especially in the cases that both cloud nodes and edge nodes are managed in the same cluster, we want to make edge mesh able to coordinate with actually any third-party CNI. The background is that a user may want to start with a managed or a commercial Kubernetes distribution from a vendor. So the in that case, the CNI, there are already some CNI plugins stored in a traditional cluster. So KubeEdge itself is kind of adding plugins to a cluster. So I think the best idea is we can collaborate with the existing CNI instead of replacing it. So something to highlight here is that inside one subnet, we can still rely on the CNI plugin to do the pod-to-pod communication. So then we just need to make it possible for pod located in different subnets to do cross-subnet communication. Any idea about this?
Does this mean HMS is worked as a gateway?
Gateway can be one implementation when doing cross subnet, but also some other technology like P2P terminal or even like SD1, I think are also options. That one is kind of relevant to the underlying network. Okay, so that's just some basic ideas, and I think we need to define the development plan for the follow-up few releases, and we can define different maturity phases. Okay.
Yeah, let's make a goal, say by in 2 weeks, we should have a finalized design, and we should, in order to catch up the code freeze, right? If we finish in 2 weeks, we can have about 4 to 5 weeks development and code freeze.
Yeah. Okay. Anything to add? All right. So let's move to the next, the CNCF incubation preparation. So let me find out the. So actually, I have created the pull request to the CNCF TOC repo, applying for KubeEdge to move into the incubation stage. So I would like also ask the community members to reply a thumb up under the pull request to show your support. And also another thing we need to spend more effort is, oh, sorry, what's this? No, this one. Not this one. What? Okay, so another thing currently we need to spend more time on is the CNCF due diligence document. So this one is kind of the report about the including the details about the project growth over the last year, and also it need to include some details about the real world and user use cases. and also some of the other considerations like project and code quality sort of things. So currently, I have filled up some sections from like the project definition, alignment with CNCF, and architecture, and I think this one
This
we
is
need.
not updated chart, right? We have a new one, the architecture.
We need to update the like we have the sync controller. It's not included in this.
Yeah, we
chart.
have an updated one. Yeah, I can update that right now. It's okay.
Okay.
So I think we should do is a label which one is to do. So then could you just mark down which one is not finished so we can finish that. This one is the update, to be updated. I think I would do that right now.
Okay. Yeah, this one to be I can add more details about this.
Yeah, this one I think we can copy from that.
The pull request. Yeah, we have an
Yeah, the
updated
PR.
version. Yeah.
The review. Yeah, just make it say to be updated. Let's mark all this down.
Yeah. So actually, this one we can also we can add more.
We can update with the PR.
Yeah.
But the PR is 6 months. I think we should show a year. Do you want to
Yeah,
show a year?
that's okay. I don't think it's there's any fixed requirement about this. Yeah, and also the versioning scheme, I think it's okay, and we can also, yeah, we don't need to list the releases here, I think. IP policy we need to update, right? Project quality, I think this one it's okay. So here we need to reply something, right? Or not?
I don't know. We should, I think in the PR we mentioned briefly, say we align.
Yeah, because in the previous section, there's some section about the, yeah. I'm not sure if we need to repeat here or not.
Yeah, just highlight that. I will take a look again.
Okay, the project quality, I think this one is clear. And here we need to.
I think we need to give out the Travis CI location and all this to show them.
Yeah.
I mean the previous one. Now this goal is the code quality we should do.
Yeah, so it's kind of mixed because we here there's another question about the CD system.
Okay. Yeah, this one we should add the Travis CI location. Yeah. It's okay as long as we know. Yeah, that one we haven't done, right? The security SIG review. Is that required?
I'm not sure if this is required.
We can ask Ricardo or Let me double check with Ricardo, Alina.
Yeah. Code review, yeah, to be updated. This one and also this one. Governance, governance, we have the governance document. Vendor independence, I think that's kind of for the tooling things, right?
Yeah, I guess we don't need this.
Maybe we can just briefly describe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all
Seek
about it.
runtime, we need, yep.
Yeah,
That's
that need to be
security.
done by the runtime members chairs, Ricardo,
Yeah, that's,
Klaus, I think. Okay.
yeah, let's ping Ricardo and Quentin after we finish it.
Okay.
Okay, I think
Anything?
will that be gone because I replaced it with new one because it shows the cross. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we can keep the comments and marks and double check later on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Then next topic.
Okay. Who add this? Who add this?
I think that's Jane. Yeah, we can easily add a channel to discuss the Edge AI stuff.
Yeah, actually, so yes, Jen, please go ahead.
Yeah, the reason I was proposing two additional channels, one is a Crano specific, because we have KubeEdge related Crano projects. We might start to prepare for the release validation process, so that probably needs some coordination. That Crano channel is for that purpose. Edge AI, I thought it's better just to separate it from the Crano channel because it's not limited to the ML offloading we're doing in the Crano. It's more general.
Yeah.
So it's my proposal. You guys discuss and see whether that's working.
Yeah, actually, so regarding the AI, I think maybe we can also try to set up a SIG or working group for this, because there's kind of big scope, and we definitely want to identify the relevant requirements to enhance KubeEdge. So to format a SIG or working group, we also need to have few funding members, funding SIG members, funding working group members about this, and also we need to clarify the areas of focus and the scope sort of things. For Acrino, currently I'm not.
I think we can create a totally separate project in Slack.
Yeah, I'm thinking about whether we can. So one idea is we can create something like cross community works. So Acrino is one big one, and also in the future maybe we will add more.
Yeah, I think either way is okay. Maybe we start small, just to add 2 channels for discussion purpose.
Yeah.
And later, if we need to promote any of these to a bigger, scope, then we can do that. So right now, I think there's almost an immediate need for a more more frequent communication among people working on this.
Yeah, I think that's also one option. And the Slack channel, I think it's we're able to change the name, right? So it should be okay.
Just like what you did as a general or a SIGMAC on those, just add a channel. Yeah, so that's at least that's one place we can discuss, and in the future, if that need to be promoted to a bigger Slack group, then we can do that later. But I do think it takes the Slack owner to add the channel though, because today I tried to see whether I, as a user, I don't think I can. I think it does take the group owner.
Yes, yes. Okay, I will double check. So just to clear, what kind of topics are relevant for us in the Acreno channel? So SIG-AI, I mean, it's clear we can put all the AI relevant topics there. So
yeah, this is
or in other words, we just need some description about this channel.
Yeah, it's for the Acreno project release, planning, and also validation. So it's more or less anything related to the Acreno community itself. So for example, it may not be a particular technology like AI, but something like if we have to go through a certain process of Acreno in order to release the blueprint project. So those kind of things will be discussed there. So that's why I think the name is Acreno. It's a little bit similar to what you guys just described, the incubation, but that's the CNCF, right? So that's the CNCF specific, because the whole KubeEdge is CNCF, so you don't need a big channel to discuss that. But Acreno is a smaller scope, so in order to concentrate the communication, so I think a dedicated channel will be easier.
Yeah, so I'm trying to understand so like in the Acreno, there are also the separate setup like the individual Zoom link. So I'm trying to understand the difference of the Slack channel under KubeEdge or a standalone KubeEdge BP workspace, or something part of under the Acreno workspace. So what's the difference?
Okay, so here's my thought. The items discussed here usually would require more KubeEdge community to be aware of or to support, or KubeEdge specific. The Acreno blueprint project itself has other aspects, like say, for example, it may involve the offloading pieces. Those can be discussed in the Acreno side, and also some Acreno solution discussion that might be discussed in Acreno BP project. Here is this channel will be used more anything from the blueprint. We need to make it aware to the KubeEdge community, or need the community support. So things like this. So it's dedicated to the KubeEdge audience. Because chances are not all the KubeEdge community member, they will attend Crano Blueprint project weekly meetings or go to a Crano website to constantly check status or you know, some progress. And that's actually not needed, not required. This channel is serve as more or less a notification or a bridge to highlight the relevant event or anything related to KubeEdge, specific to KubeEdge from the Crano Blueprint projects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can leave this for further discussion, right? So we don't have to make decision right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we only have 7 minutes. Let's move on.
Yeah. Okay. Next, enhance the ability of KubeAdmin, like IFHCTL. Who added this? Want to discuss about this?
开武老师，就是这个目前是我们有兴趣做的，然后我们之后再过几个星期会出一个 proposal， 然后到时候再详细讨论一下吧。
好的，可以的。Okay, so this is just a placeholder item here to track the
issue.
Analysis issue to do. The more detailed proposal will be done in the next few weeks, next 2 weeks. Okay.
Then CNCF webinar. So as we discussed last, I think a couple times ago, we said we should have one after 1.3 release, and
yeah,
we should prepare one. And I think Tina gave us a very good suggestion. We should, if we could, we can bring some end user to demo their real case. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
So let's shoot down a date or something.
Yeah, I think so.
It's Q1 2021, but we need the write-up to decide and confirm whether this will be the topic.
Mm-hmm.
So let's put at least put a placeholder here, so we don't forget. Let's prepare for that. Probably shooting for that. I think that also help us in the incubation application.
Yes, and also I was told by the foundation guys that the webinar channel is busy, so we need to apply as early as possible.
Okay. So let's apply for that, then we can prepare.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, you can shoot the email. Is
Sure.
it Kathy or who is working for owner for this? Amy?
No, I think it's K. I don't remember the
CNCF non-linear foundation. Okay.
CNCF. Yeah. I actually got the email, just not yet read the.
Yep. Let's just put the item. Say we need to apply first, then we prepare for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like as a platinum member, my company has the chance to can host the webinar, but like we are selecting the topics. We think KubeEdge would be an excellent one. So I just need some write-up so it can be reviewed and make the final decision.
Yeah.
please put down your write-up abstract.
Okay. Anything to add?
Not for me. It's yeah, about 2 minutes.
Anyone have any question would like to discuss?
Hello, another thing I think now we have added the adopt document. I think who or the company use the KubeEdge, I think we can add the company logo to the adopters.
Oh yeah. So actually, one thing we not yet did is that they send a email to the mailing list to call for adding adopters, right?
Yeah.
And also we can send message to the other channels like WeChat, Slack.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. So I think we can start the call the meeting. The time is almost up. Okay. So the next meeting would be June the 24th. It's the Europe friendly meeting next time. So thank you everybody for attending the meeting. Take care
Thank you.
and see you
Bye.
until next time.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.